It's made history while simultaneously tearing flesh, shattering bodies, ending careers, and altering lives.
You can see by the look in McIntyre's eyes, he has one mission here tonight: to end CM Punk for good.
Corey, CM Punk in his career is 2-2 in Hell in a Cell matches, but this is his first time in the cell in nearly 11 years. Right here in Atlanta, CM Punk actually had a Hell in a Cell match and walked out victorious.
Yeah, but with all the disdain between Punk and McIntyre, I will be surprised to see anybody walking out of this structure in one piece tonight.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
And there's really no room to mince words. These men want to end each other's careers. They want to maim each other. They want to send each other to the hospital.
Well, if sending your opponent to the emergency room is the prime objective, I can't think of a more suitable setting. Punk has to tap into that side of himself tonight if he wants to walk out of the cell, or out of Atlanta at all. He said that Drew McIntyre has made him the man his worst critics say he is.
McIntyre said earlier, this is not going to be a classic. This is not going to be cinema. This is going to be mutually assured destruction. This is the final match in what has already been a brutal series between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. This is the 53rd match in history being settled inside this 20-foot-high steel structure.
This is the only place it could have ended between these two. Drew has vowed to destroy the man who taught him how to hate. Punk knows in order to destroy the monster, he has to become a monster. This is not wholly unfamiliar territory, psychologically speaking, for CM Punk. If you look back to Punk's career, once upon a time, he admitted in order to destroy the monsters of the world, he himself must become a monster. He said Drew McIntyre's made him the man his worst critics say he is.
Punk has said this is not the man he wants to be, but Drew McIntyre has taken him to that place. And it's the devil Punk needs to tap into if he wants to walk out of the Hell in a Cell.
You gotta think about this. Drew McIntyre has never won inside Hell in a Cell. Punk has. That's gonna be adding even more to this match for Drew tonight.
Yeah, McIntyre has been successful in unleashing all of his mind games on Punk leading up to this point. But is that something clouding his own vision? It all began last November with the return of CM Punk, and that ticked off a lot of superstars, including Drew McIntyre, who believed Punk wanted to kill this business. And CM Punk had no business being back in WWE.
Take off! Crossbody from the top! This crowd is learning, along with Drew McIntyre, that the inside of CM Punk's head is a scary place.
Uh-oh, Punk taking a look under the ring apron now.
Got a wrench, looking to tune someone up.
Boom! Good defense from him.
Each superstar trying to stay a step ahead.
We've had the opportunity to talk to some of the legends who have been in Hell in a Cell over the years. You ask a guy like The Undertaker, Wade, who's been inside this structure 14 times in his career. From the top,
diving double axe handle. And McIntyre on the receiving end again.
McIntyre tempted the devil inside the Second City Saints, and he's paying for it now. Oh, smacked with the wrench.
So much disdain with each of these shots. Something about this is starting to feel way more personal. Letting out every ounce of frustration and rage and then some.
Solid bit of defense on his part there. This fight will not go down as a 5-star wrestling classic, that is for sure. These men want to punish and maim one another.
Limited only by the confines of the cell and their own imaginations.
Very few men are ever the same when they walk out of this structure. Manages to reverse it.
Oh, what an axe handle.
And the action is shifting now into that dangerous area between the ring and the walls of the cell.
Looks like he's ready to knock things out of the park here.
Spin kick to the midsection.
Oh, that's a chop you don't want to be on the receiving end of.
Corey, you probably know CM Punk better than any of us. You've seen Punk. You've seen the good and the bad side of this man.
Yeah, but even myself, I don't know what Punk is truly capable of. I've never been trapped inside Hell in a Cell with CM Punk. Listen, this may not be the man CM Punk wants to be, but this is who CM Punk has been. Who CM Punk is in his heart. No fear, no hope. Fight tonight like there's no tomorrow, because for Punk, there may not be.
And the same goes for McIntyre.
You're absolutely right.
McIntyre said, Punk, you think you're supernatural, but you are nothing but a man.
Come on, this has gone way too far. Just stop this already.
It's never been a matter of self-preservation with anybody I've seen step in the ring with CM Punk. McIntyre has made it abundantly clear he wants to end Punk's career, ruin Punk's life tonight.
And Punk looks like he wants to do the same to McIntyre.
Listen, Punk said, despite the best efforts of my family to stop me from going into this matchup, he says, I can't afford a Hell in a Cell match at this point in my career, but if this means the end of my career, so be it, because I have to end Drew McIntyre.
Well, that just speaks volumes to how deeply under the skin of CM Punk McIntyre managed to get. A baseball bat under the ring. How truly American.
Overwhelming offense now from Punk.
Punk finding the will to turn the tides inside the cell. He's got McIntyre reeling. Whoa, literally battered and bruised right there. Boom! Oh! This is certainly an effective use of a foreign object.
CM Punk hoists his opponent. GTS connects.
Can that finish McIntyre?
What's it gonna take to end it? It might be this. Go to sleep. Is it enough for Punk?
Moving out from the ring closer to those towering walls of the cell.
He's thinking a steel chair is just what he needs to wreak some havoc here.
What impact!
Right in the kisser.
And now McIntyre is being neutralized.
Drew's getting cut off at the knees at every turn. Punk and McIntyre might be setting a whole new standard of brutality in this business.
Fighting like there is no tomorrow, because for one of these men, there might not be.
Just wailing away with that weapon like there's no tomorrow. This is getting damn dangerous. Come on, stop this. Your point's made. No need to keep on doing this. Piercing chop. Corey, that was a shining wizard.
Time to go for a ride. Exploder suplex.
And Punk is really putting the pressure on.
Yeah, Punk able to completely neutralize McIntyre here.
My God! Did you hear that chair shot?
He's got Drew hooked. Lariat. Nice strong head scissors application. And now the elbow's vicious.
Jeez, this is turning into battle batting practice now. Boom.
McIntyre must be getting phased by this attack.
CM Punk is firmly in the driver's seat.
Oh, we know what's coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, down with a GTS.
Does it again, and there's no way to come back from that.
Oh, that gets reversed on CM Punk.
Back and forth, counter after counter.
Kick.
Slips out of the way.
Pop right in the stomach creates the separation.
Oh, target acquired and destroyed. Oh, what a kick.
And CM Punk is leaving no breathing room here.
Rarely do we see Drew get disassembled like this. Future shock. Good night.
Looking to put this one away. He was prepared for this. He knew this match would go the distance. CM Punk looking to end things here. Go to sleep. No way Drew's getting up now.
Out of the ring, still surrounded by the hell that is the steel structure.
Those are folding chairs, but they can also fold you in half.
Going for a power slam, slips down.
And snapped down with an inverted DDT.
McIntyre turns things around. Picked up and being carried around now. Goes tossed. She going for the 3 count. And he only stays down for a 1 count.
His resiliency on another level. This match on another level. I am truly at a loss for words here.
And enters back into the ring. Oh, and he stops that offense.
Reversals, reversals, and more reversals.
Uh-oh. German suplex.
And a claymore out of nowhere. Does McIntyre
into the
cap this off? Just barely more than one. What on earth are we witnessing?
And now McIntyre is at a loss as his mind races to rethink his attack.
Using the chair with no caution at all.
Oh! Boom!
Taking full advantage of the foreign object in play here. Back-to-back attacks.
Oh my!
This is beyond personal now. This is about putting the competition out of action. Holding nothing back, striking over and over again. There has to be permanent damage being done right now.
McIntyre is getting dismantled.
Punk is determined right now.
And he comes in under the ropes now.
Connects with a home run worthy hit.
Drew anticipated that one. Roundhouse makes direct impact.
I'd say this has been tough to watch, but I think that would honestly be an understatement.
Yeah, these repeated blows to the head, a truly gruesome and reckless display.
All eyes focused on this absolute war. It doesn't get more masterful than this.
He's looking to change the tides with the steel chair.
What a shot. Straight brutality coming right at you. Momentum is really on Punk's side.
Drew's got to find a way to put his best foot forward here. Good Lord, brutally swinging that steel chair. Bang!
Come on, stop this. Your point's made. No need to keep on doing this.
Oh, with the suplex. Sent flying hard into the corner.
Uh-oh. Face full of turnbuckle.
McIntyre must be getting phased by this attack.
Punk is proving hard to deal with.
Punishing power slam. Taking heavy fire in the corner in the form of a series of clotheslines. And driven down in a belly-to-back suplex.
And CM Punk is in control.
McIntyre is having trouble getting his bearings.
Time to go for a ride. Oh, an exploder suplex.
Dismantling the arm in the corner.
Gotta hurt.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. Cuts the attack off. McIntyre reversing the momentum.
Now's a chance for McIntyre to get back into this match.
Placed him in the corner here. What a forearm. And now McIntyre is being neutralized.
Punk is determined right now. Open up the floodgates. The blood is pouring out of him now.
Just pounding away. And let's not forget the obsession Drew McIntyre had with Punk and what Punk has cost McIntyre on a number of occasions. That being the World Championship, including at WrestleMania.
An eye for an eye, Punk would say. Just karma for McIntyre, who injured Punk, costing him an opportunity at WrestleMania.
Drew's own wife has become second best in his heart. That is how deep Drew's hatred for CM Punk runs.
This is beyond personal now. This is about putting the competition out of action.
And CM Punk's maintaining the advantage now.
Drew's getting cut off at the knees at every turn.
Triangle armbar. Triangle armbar. Submission hold in. Wrenching in the submission even tighter. We could see him tap. At any moment, he just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here.
About to be locked in. Here we go, guys. And he locks in a perfectly applied sharp shooter.
It looks like the Scottish Warrior.
And he decides to let his opponent out of the hold.
Might have felt like he was losing a grip and didn't want the opposition to counter out of the submission.
Suplex, what a way to capitalize on the mistake. He finds a counter to McIntyre there.
Russian leg sweep.
And McIntyre on the receiving end again.
A series of disabling maneuvers from Punk.
Oh, stiff wrench shot. Oh. Boom.
No doubt about it. This is just adding extreme insult to injury.
Letting out every ounce of frustration.
Opponent lifted up. Jaw. Meet knee. Go to sleep. And at this point, that has to do it.
Looking to explore every inch of hell here now.
The steel chair, a classic for very good reason.
Oh, my God. Oh, steel chairs aren't supposed to bend that way.
And CM Punk is in control.
Rarely do we see Drew get disassembled like this.
Come on, this has got way too far. Just stop this already.
CM Punk now connects with a Uranagi, and textbook CM Punk, Anacon. The vice grip.
That's hooked in deep, and for some reason, he just broke his own submission hold.
Ooh, hitting him with that wrench. This is beyond personal now. This is about putting the competition out of action.
Opportunity now for Punk to capture some momentum.
Looks like he shook the cobwebs and he's turning it around. Not looking in any condition to fight. More like a sitting duck here. Oh, looking like Patches O'Houlihan out here.
And now McIntyre is being neutralized.
A series of disabling maneuvers from Punk.
Punk missed with a wrench and a low blow by McIntyre.
Remember, that is completely legal. It is distasteful, but it's highly effective, and all the wind knocked out of Punk's sails.
Who cares about being tasteful when you're locked inside of Hell in a Cell, Wade? Drew McIntyre came here to destroy Punk once and for all.
And now McIntyre going to introduce the steel steps into this matchup. The Scottish Warrior, this Terminator, just destroying Punk.
Well, you wanted hell, Punk? You're getting hell. You are locked in there, no escape, and your demise may be imminent.
Punk trying to summon the will to continue, and what does McIntyre have inside of that little bag, gentlemen?
I can only imagine what this sicko has in mind.
The Scottish psychopath cooking up something dastardly, no doubt.
Oh my God, the disrespect.
Adding insult to injury.
Those are the beads of Punk's bracelet.
We're the beads of Punk's bracelet. And McIntyre now looking to just finally put Punk away.
No! McIntyre might have just broken his back.
Oh God, the sharp edge of that steel digging in to the lower back of McIntyre, who may be crippled. And now with the upper hand is CM Punk.
This is one of the most brutal matches I've ever witnessed inside Hell in a Cell.
Punk trying to shove those beads down McIntyre's throat. Here it comes, the end.
GTS connects. Cover off the go to sleep by Punk. And he got him. What a win, what a match.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
CM Punk earned this victory.
Such a drawn-out, heated rivalry, but finally conquering McIntyre is CM Punk.
For as clear as Drew made it that he was not happy to have me back, it was nothing in comparison to the noise generated about me by the constant thorn in my side, Seth.
Enjoy the show.
Much like Drew, Rollins had a bit of a tantrum when I walked through that curtain at Survivor Series after nearly 10 years away from WWE. I knew we were on a collision course. After Hell in a Cell, I took a little time to heal. Once I felt good, a special request from Paul Heyman led me to joining the OG Bloodline at Survivor Series to help Roman Reigns in his quest to dismantle the new Bloodline. Once that was settled, I focused solely on Seth. We were set to battle at the first Raw of 2025, and after waiting a decade for this opportunity, I certainly wasn't going to let anything go wrong. So let's go back to January 2025, the start of a new era, and beat Seth Rollins in front of the entire world.
Seth freaking Rollins is motivated as we've ever seen him. This is personal.
The people are singing Rollins' song. This is Rollins' battle cry as he heads to war with CM Punk.
From Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, Seth Rollins!
Ladies and gentlemen, over 20 years ago, Seth Rollins got in a car and drove from Iowa to the East Coast to try out for CM Punk's training school. He redefined himself in his craft. Rollins and Punk would reunite briefly in NXT. And then the Shield would become mercenaries for Punk. And Punk would leave WWE for personal and professional reasons. Talk negatively about WWE while Rollins carried WWE on his back for a decade. CM Punk would return to WWE 14 months ago to huge fanfare, the support of the fans and many in the back, and that didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. Seth freaking Rollins versus a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk.
And this capacity crowd just exploded. They know exactly what time it is.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
And this is CM Punk's first singles match since October, since that brutal Hell in a Cell match against Drew McIntyre. It's Punk's first match on Monday Night Raw, period, since 2014.
Seth Rollins prides himself on being the absolute workhorse of WWE. You have to imagine he sees that as a point in his favor here, a clear advantage he has over Punk.
CM Punk and Seth Rollins, two men who are completely beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent, their work ethic, and their passion and drive.
But as similar as they are in those respects, where they have diverged has become a point of contention between both of them, which has brought us to this point in the main...
Survivor Series 2023. The utter dismay on the face of Rollins when CM Punk returned, when hell froze over. These emotions have been building up inside Seth Rollins for the last 14 months.
Seth Rollins says he's fighting for this company, says he couldn't believe that CM Punk verbally tried to tear this place down over the 10 years that he was gone, only to be embraced the way he was when he returned.
Tonight, Rollins intends on extracting this demon from his soul and WWE altogether.
Punk looking to impose his will on his opponent, and a double underhook backbreaker. If Seth freaking Rollins wants to finally earn a high-profile victory over CM Punk, he's going to have to do everything in his power to resist Punk's mind games.
Well, I agree with that sentiment, Wade, but come on. Let's not pretend that Punk's immune to the psychological attacks the Architect is capable of.
Indeed, guys, Rollins and Punk are two masters at getting under the skin of their opponents. The big question is, who can execute on their plans first?
Bam!
Ooh, he fends that off. Spin kick to the midsection. CM Punk has been very public about the many injuries that Rollins has suffered over the years. He'll no doubt be looking to target those areas tonight.
Rollins' neck, his lower back, that surgically repaired knee. Look, you can even see the brace. There's no doubt that Rollins is something of a moving target tonight, at least in Punk's eyes. But Rollins can target Punk too. Don't forget about that triceps injury from last year, because Rollins definitely has it.
Hard-hitting calf kick finds its mark.
This rivalry has been brewing for years and escalating for months. Rollins was seething upon Punk's return at Survivor Series 2023, remembering the years that Punk spent disparaging WWE.
And the tensions grew when Rollins was a special guest referee at SummerSlam last year, counting the pinfall victory for Drew McIntyre over Punk.
Both men with ample reason to despise the other. Now Punk and Rollins finally get to take out all their frustration tonight. Gentlemen, we're getting up close and personal with this fight.
Seth Rollins' chances are whittling down.
Yeah, now Punk's got Rollins in as vulnerable position as we've ever seen him.
Amazing action so far in the main event of an historic episode of Monday Night Raw. We've seen so many unforgettable moments tonight as the show makes its debut on the biggest streaming service in the world.
And I can think of no matchup more worthy of this show's main event than two generational talents in the form of CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins.
Given the major stakes in...
Here it comes, legs are locked up.
And the rope providing a bit of safety here.
Punk avoids the attack.
Oh, right into a counter. There goes Rollins, kicked out of the ring. Heading out, but needs to be aware of the referee's count.
Into the unforgiving barricade. Using that barricade with great effect. Thrown out into the WWE Universe.
Oh, spinning kick to the gut.
Punk famously said the night after he returned to WWE, quote, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." He said he doesn't care what others think of him anymore, and he's proven it true thus far.
That may be true, Corey. A master on the microphone like Punk doesn't often let words of others get to him, but certain actions can still set this man off. Of that, I am sure.
Indeed, we saw Punk lash out at Drew McIntyre recently when the Scottish Warrior stole a bracelet given to Punk by one of his biggest fans that bears the name of Punk's wife and their dog. If Rollins can find something similar to set Punk off, it could give him the mental advantage tonight. Momentum is really on Punk's side.
And CM Punk is keeping the pressure on, completely taking it to Rollins here.
Rollins with a reversal.
Oh, God, the crimson is flowing. He's seriously hurt now.
Gentlemen, here's an astonishing fact. This is CM Punk's first match on Raw in almost 11 years.
The last time Punk competed on WWE's flagship show, it was a week before the 2014 Royal Rumble. And in a little more than 4 weeks, both men will take part in the 2025 Royal Rumble with the aim to earn a main event spot at WrestleMania 41.
I'd say either of these men has a good chance at claiming a main event spot at WrestleMania if they don't destroy each other first.
Corey, I don't have my notes handy. Who did Punk last face on Raw?
It says here he now works with office supplies.
Oh, a rough landing right into the barricade.
Seth Rollins desperately needs to figure this out.
Rollins has no answer for Punk's well-aimed attacks. Holy, meet the barricade.
Punk now locks in that double underhook. Hoisted up, butterfly backbreaker.
Blow after blow to the midsection. I don't know how much more anyone can withstand.
Each of these targeted attacks just makes it harder to breathe.
Heading out to the crowd and back to the ringside area. And Rollins looking to keep things going back in the ring. Ooh. CM Punk had suffered some injuries since his return. In fact, he tore his tricep at the Royal Rumble a year ago and was out of action for over 6 months. Punk says that tonight he's completely healed. But Wade, you're an athlete. Never divulge the extent of your injury. And CM Punk to Rollins off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just amazing power and timing from Seth Rollins. We've seen it throughout his career. And now, catching CM Punk with a GTS. Punk rather fortuitously rolling all the way to the outside to safety. Although in hot pursuit now, Seth Rollins.
And Rollins limping around the ring, favoring his leg.
I hit your move. They sing my song. All of this.
And now just mocking and having his way with Punk.
Rollins has waited for this moment for far, far too long. This victory is going to be one of the sweet... Wait a minute!
Oh my goodness, cover! Is it enough? And a kick out!
While catching Seth Rollins with his own stomp and coming within a millisecond of victory here.
And Punk not done yet, pounding away on Rollins, frustration setting in.
I mean, years of bad blood and verbal jousts between these two are about to come to a head.
Seth able to counter GTS, looking to deliver one of his own.
Oh, and he connected.
And Punk kicks out. Rollins lining it up. Here it comes. Stomp! We've seen this win matches for Rollins.
And going for the tag for one.
Before... The one count? He's got to be having a laugh.
Rollins is starting to lose his temper. He needs to put that aside and refocus.
Cracked with a Mongolian chop.
Painful attack focused on the chest.
Oh, the elbow connects.
Barbaric clubbing blow. And Punk now lifting his opponent up and back. Gonna sleep.
That's going to keep Rollins down. CM Punk looking to turn out the lights.
Go to sleep. Will that sew this up for Punk?
Cashing in on that effort.
2, and he's still in the game.
Seth Rollins has never been known to lay down and hand out feet.
Trying armbar. Triangles in. Triangles in.
Can the visionary...
I must submit, after all that punishment, he had no choice but tap out.
Here is your winner, Punk.
What a fight, what a night, and what a win. CM Punk once again showing why he is indeed the best in the world.
This truly was a battle between two men at the absolute top of the mountain when it comes to professional wrestling. This really could have gone either way a number of times, but in the end, Punk had Rollins' number.
Yeah, but don't think this is over for Rollins. If anything, this result is only going to enrage him even more, set him off even more on his self-imposed crusade against CM Punk.
WrestleMania 41 was supposed to be the culmination of all those years of hard work. After all the ups and downs, all roads pointed to the one location I'd always dreamed of, the main event of WrestleMania. My victories over Drew and Seth had shown that I was still at the top of my game. After I eliminated both Roman and Rollins at the 2025 Royal Rumble, I soon found myself tossed over and thrown to the floor. And that allowed Rollins to release all his frustrations, taking Roman out with a stomp, attacking me, and punctuating the whole mess with another stomp on Roman. So when Heyman announced that the three of us would meet in the main event on the first night of WrestleMania 41, that's when I struck. I used my earned favor from Survivor Series to request Heyman be in my corner that night. This infuriated Roman Reigns, who would not listen to reason, insistent that Heyman had turned his back on his tribal chief. And in all the madness, Roman and I both lost sight. We never thought that night would end the way it did.
Oh, no!
Heyman betraying both of us.
Oh, my God! What the hell did we just witness?
I can't think of a better candidate for slingshot tech to address. It took my whole career to get to that main event. So let's go back to WrestleMania 41 and get me the win that I was well on my way to earning. Let's destroy the Architect's plans. Let's show the Oracle that he doesn't see all. And let's force Roman Reigns to acknowledge us.
Here comes Seth freaking Rollins.
The visionary and the revolutionary of WWE.
From Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, Seth freaking Rollins!
Officially the coolest entrance living every man's dream, Seth freaking Rollins.
Las Vegas serenading Seth freaking Rollins.
You guys remember what happened 10 years ago up in California, the Bay Area? Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank in the heist of the century at WrestleMania.
An iconic call for an...
The OTC has arrived in Sin City.
From Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the OTC, Roman Reigns.
For a record 10th time, Roman Reigns will main event WrestleMania.
A titan of this industry marching to the ring with his signature celestial swagger, the epitome of ice-cold, effortless cool.
Roman Reigns with a record of 9-3 at... Ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk is in the main event of WrestleMania.
It has to be a surreal... Each of these three men believe they are the only one who can walk out of here victorious. Roman Reigns to prove his dominance, Seth Rollins to prove his superiority, and CM Punk to prove he's still the best in the world.
Punk has claimed that for him, this is just business. Taking Reigns and Rollins out at WrestleMania will get them out of his way so he can accomplish the things he returned to WWE to do, to win titles.
But Reigns and Rollins are not your average roadblocks. They're two of the biggest names in WWE for a reason. And they're not about to let CM Punk just have his way.
It always bothers me to be around Heyman, always leeching off other people's talents. In CM Punk's corner tonight, though, the question is, where does Paul's allegiance truly lie?
Well, I'll be the first to say I don't trust a word that comes out of the mouth of Paul Heyman. Pouncing with a flash schoolboy here.
And there's still plenty of fight left.
Trying to make short order of things there.
And wait a minute. What's the manager doing under the apron?
This is why it's good to have a manager. Good to have an ally who wants you to win as badly as you do. And will introduce any tool to produce victory.
Does having Paul Heyman back in his corner even the scales here for CM Punk? Does having the wise man strategies and support give him an edge over Rollins and Reigns?
Or if you trust Paul Heyman to have your best interests in mind, then yes, he is a huge asset in this kind of match. But remember, Heyman is doing this as a favor for Punk. As far as we know, his allegiance still lies with Reigns.
CM Punk, who burst out of the scene. CM Punk showed up at ECW, run by Paul Heyman, when he was only a teenager, wanting to break into the business. He would get to the WWE developmental territory and become Heyman's best friend.
Punk made being a Paul Heyman guy a cool thing to be. Everyone has profited from their association with the wise man.
And you could argue that the greatest benefactor was the 1,316-day reign of the Tribal Chief.
But look at everything Roman did for Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman's career. Riding the gravy train of Roman Reigns, and now to turn his...
And a quick schoolboy out of nowhere!
And he doesn't let the pin last long at all.
Not getting a 2 count at this point has to be frustrating.
All right, he's got to refocus up now. He's headed out to the ringside area. Oh, what a clubbing blow. Sliding back in under the ropes here.
Roman taking on the offense, but I assure you, the big stage of a WrestleMania main event is not phasing him one bit.
And Roman and Seth, two former allies, would make a lot of sense for them to team up with CM Punk tonight.
Nah, I think it's way too late to strike that deal, Michael Cole. 10 years of animosity will eliminate all signs of trust between the two former Shield mates.
Remember, in many ways, the obsession by Reigns for Rollins last year cost Reigns the championship in the record reign.
And Punk would be quite happy if that obsession continues. It's clearly personal for Roman and Seth, but for Punk, tonight's just about business.
Uh-oh, Punk taking a look under the ring apron now.
And of course, kendo sticks are always under the ring in the event of any Road Ninja attacks.
Connecting on the DDT.
CM Punk has had a non-stop grin since walking out here. Remember, securing the main event of WrestleMania was never the goal. Winning in the main event of WrestleMania is. Punk fails to do that, and he'll always look back on this night with regret.
Paul Heyman did tell CM Punk that he indeed will one day main event WrestleMania. Paul Heyman said, "I will be with you when it happens," and it has.
Well, no matter the outcome, CM Punk will forever be a WrestleMania main eventer. He has a kendo stick in hand, and this place just turned into South Swanson Street. Sent straight into the barricade.
He gets back into the ring. Oh, what a club. And for Punk and Rollins, such a personal hatred between these two. Rollins has never forgot landing on the chair hard.
Oh my word, that was a terrible way to land on that chair. Just the chilling sound of bone meeting steel. Boom! Rollins drops his opponent.
The stop connects. Can Reigns Rollins
Makes
recover
the
from
cover.
that.
Rollins now perhaps going for that neck breaker. No! Oh!
And set. This one's for the match. Quick shoulder up.
Deep into the match and not even a 1 count. What stamina!
He counters with a great reversal.
Oh, Mongolian chop!
He's going for the cover. He might just have it.
He puts an end to the pin there.
Ooh, thunderous headbutt. From the outside, springboard swanton.
And now Reigns is starting to look like a man who realizes he is a tribal chief with no followers to come to his aid. Oh, knee right to the face.
Oh, man.
Oh, and a chair shot delivered.
God, Lord, brutally swinging that steel chair.
Coming back from the outside now. From the rope. And Punk finding himself on the wrong side of another exchange. Been coming to Punk from all angles tonight. Rollins got surprised there.
Reversal after reversal. These two have counters for days.
What a reversal by Reigns.
Uranagi with authority.
Huge kick connects.
Oh.
What a counter! Superman punch! Looking vulnerable now, guys.
And down for the count.
And he kicks out of the pin and one.
The wear and tear of this match only affecting him slightly, it seems. Roman, spear!
No coming back from Reigns after that.
The counter stopped. It's not over yet.
Right to the kidneys from behind. This has been a hurricane of chaos. Rollins, Punk, Reigns, each struggling to prove their superiority.
Hoisted up, powerbomb, desperate situation.
But right hands create separation and an escape.
A razor-sharp chop there.
Shining Wizard! That's right, Corey. That was a Shining Wizard. And now he's back into the ring.
From way up, double axe handle connects.
And does he want it once more? Climbing the ropes again.
Lift off.
Off the mark with that one.
And he's taking this to the outside now. Plotting him in the corner for something here.
Oh, he had that scouted.
And I can see some blood coming from the face of Rollins.
Defiant counter to Reigns.
Big time height on that kick.
And Punk is really putting the pressure on.
Rollins has no answer for Punk's well-aimed attacks.
Wants to finish this. Oh my gosh.
And this one might be headed ringside. Bringing this back into the ring. Oh, with authority!
High knee right between the shoulders.
And he's pulled the ring apron up, looking under there for something.
Bringing out the kendo stick, and you know it's on now. Rollins looking to bait his opponent into a mistake.
He's in a bad way, but still has something left in the tank.
Crucial moment. A revolution knee by Rollins.
The wear and tear on Punk must be turning his insides out at this point.
Oh, that punch. We knew this one was going to be good, but Reigns, Rollins, and Punk have outdone all expectations.
Simply some of the best talents we've ever seen in this industry.
What a clothesline. Here he comes, sliding back into the ring.
There's the skull, absorbing further impact.
High rent district for CM Punk.
From the sky!
Wow! Cross body!
Russian leg sweep.
This is not about a championship. This is about pride and dignity and proving you're the best, perhaps of a generation.
It's about ego and animosity. It's about 12 years ago when three men made their way down the stairs to remake this company in their image, and the man that opened the back door for them.
A search for supremacy. The man that walks out of here is the champion.
Taking the easy way.
Sliding into the ring now. Head on CM Punk. And he saves the matchup.
Rollins now, huge knee to the jaw.
And it looks like he's got a bull. Rollins with a head of steam. Big air.
Stomp connects.
CM Punk doesn't know where he is. Oh, steel chairs aren't supposed to bend that way.
Rollins goes into the cover. This could do it. And a strong kick out in one.
This is absolutely unreal. We might just be witnessing the very embodiment of Fight Forever.
We'll be looking for a neck breaker here. No! Forearm to the base of the skull.
Lands the crossbody. He gets into the ring.
Oh, down by the DDT.
He's leaving the ring now. No countouts to worry about.
Boom! All the way to the outside.
Going outside. What's he got planned here?
Punk peppering his opponent with attacks. Uranagi into the Anaconda vice grip.
You can tell.
Breaking the submission attempt there.
Taking this to the floor. CM Punk.
Here you go.
Both arms hooked. Pedigree.
Here's Seth's big chance.
Here's the pin. Stopping the pin there. Oh, my goodness. What a double-handed chop. There's not a single person sitting in this arena.
It's pandemonium, Cole.
This could be it. He could win it all here. Punk powers out, still going strong.
I'm just as shocked as everyone else, Cole. His opponent included.
Returning back to the ring. Spinning heel kick.
Bad.
Oh, knee right to the spine.
And his body seems to be the focus of the attack. To the arm.
My God. Did you hear that chair shot? Reigns turns that around.
Rollins with a page out of Triple H's playbook. Pedigree.
Out of the ring goes Seth.
And now Punk. Kick to the midsection of Reigns. Rollins trying to crawl back into this as well.
Rollins trying to prevent that GTS on Reigns, but he's about to eat one himself.
Oh, bang. Spear. Stop. Everybody down.
Oh, what a moment of chaos in this match. If any man here can get a cover, it could be victory, but wait up. Lurking is Paul Heyman with a steel chair.
And looking to put the match away here. The ref not even getting to one.
What? A jaw-dropping show of strength this late into the match.
Hooking him up. Face buster. Reigns with a Superman punch.
Roman with his opponent down. We know what he's aiming for.
The spear by Reigns.
That could end Rollins right now. Into the cover.
What's CM Punk thinking? Spiked on the crown. Not a single person in this place is sit.
Punk's had enough. He's looking to end this here.
The go to sleep GTS from Punk.
Is it the finishing touch Punk needs?
He gets the shoulder up before 3.
Rollins staying in this thing. Some could even say he's far too stubborn to have things end like that.
Punk took his best shot, gave him everything he had, but just couldn't get the pin. No count out as he takes things out of the ring. Carrying in a jeopardizing position here. Roman's shoulders are down. And he stops the ref's count.
And he chooses to leave the ring.
He quickly slides into the ring. Moves him.
Rollins looking to end it.
Huge stomp. That has Roman. And Punk now lifting his opponent up. And back.
Boom! GTS. It's all Punk's for the taking.
2. Punk has beat the odds. Has defeated both Reigns and Rollins.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
Now that's more like it. Standing triumphant at WrestleMania 41 thanks to you. Something I really like about this slingshot technology is I'm not restricted to only my matches. I have the power to jump into the boots of other superstars and change the course of their career too. And I can think of no better choice than the main event of 1997 Survivor Series. That's right, the infamous night that saw Bret Hart defend his championship against Shawn Michaels. They had so many epic battles, but after a particularly painful loss to Michaels at WrestleMania 12, Bret would take a sabbatical from WWE, eventually returning late in 1996. By the spring of 1997, things were much different than WWE. Bret and his family had reformed a bigger and better Hart Foundation, while Shawn and his friends created DX.
Are you ready?
The two groups despised each other, and after months of chaos, it all led to Survivor Series. And it was on that night that Shawn would steal the championship and send Bret Hart packing to WCW in an event known as the Montreal Screwjob. It's no secret that I'm a Bret Hart fan, and I consider him one of the greatest of all time. So let's hop into Bret's boots and take on Shawn Michaels in his prime, something I never got to do. The plan is simple. Avoid the sharpshooter, and we'll be okay. But if Shawn can apply the hold, we know exactly what is going to happen. Slingshot Tech, take us to the 1997 Survivor Series in Montreal.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
The WWE Championship, one of the most highly... There is so much electricity in the air here tonight in Montreal. This is always going to be a big match for both Shawn and Bret, but squaring off in Montreal only adds to the importance of tonight. This isn't just a huge match for both these men. This may be one of the biggest matches we've ever seen in WWE.
Yeah, the title almost feels secondary tonight, which is crazy to even say out loud. This feud has been boiling for years, and it never seems like it will fully be settled. I know this is going to be one we'll talk about for years.
Oh, and a right hand for good measure.
And Michaels, of course, has done nothing to endear himself to this Montreal crowd.
Serves him right for running his mouth. Connecting with the leg drop.
What's he thinking here?
Oh, belly-to-belly throw.
Ooh, nice Russian leg sweep. And an inverted atomic drop.
And we all know how good these two men are in the ring. You can argue two of the best to ever do it. But tonight, I don't think either man cares about showing off technical skill. These two just want to fight.
When it's gotten to this level, when it has become so personal, there is nothing else to expect. All that is left is a down and dirty fight between two guys that hate each other's guts. I can't think of two men who are more equally matched than Shawn and Brett. This has been an absolutely incredible year for both of them, possibly the pinnacle of both of their careers.
It'll be interesting to see what the deciding factor in this match is. Right now, you have to think this is all about surviving here at Survivor Series. And something Brett has to know is all the attributes Shawn possesses, Michaels might have more cardiovascular conditioning here. Michaels is insanely resilient. Remember what Michaels did, Corey, in St. Louis just a month ago against The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. He used every attribute to survive that encounter.
I've never seen a match more unholy than that Hell in a Cell match. HBK might not be surrounded by steel tonight, but I think the test in front of him is even greater. Michaels is going to need...
Figure four. Leg lock.
Perfectly executed submission hold. Locked in deep.
Will we see a tap out?
Needs to find a way out, reversing the pressure. That'll break the hold.
And he turned it around. And if Bret Hart isolates the leg and feels the advantage in the legs, Wade, he won't go anywhere else.
You're right, because all that's in the back of his mind is the sharpshooter. It's that precise breakdown of his target that has made the Hitman who he is.
Ring post figure four by Bret Hart. Bret's bent on destroying HBK with moves like that.
Ooh! Hitman is performing with such precision right now.
HB... HBK is struggling to meet the excellence of execution.
Beautiful side Russian leg sweep.
Hitman with it.
Uh-oh. Quick reaction to Hart there. And to speak on the elephant in the room, yes, there's been a lot of speculation that if Bret Hart loses this match, this will be his last match in WWE.
Yeah, I tried to get a word from the Hitman earlier today about the rumors, but I was quickly escorted away by his Hart Foundation brethren.
It's a rumor cloud that hangs above the collective minds of this capacity crowd. Such an anxious feeling inside this arena. Michaels gets out of dodge.
One answer after another. Neither competitor giving an inch.
Knee right to the gut.
Cover for the championship. Late in this one, and Bret isn't done yet.
An adrenaline-fueled, defiant kick-out if ever there was one.
German suplex.
This will be bad for him.
Michaels turns that around.
Setting them up in the corner.
Oh, look at that scoop slam.
From the top.
Diving double axe handle. And he's looking for it again.
To the sky.
Taking a flight to nowhere.
That didn't look good at all. A ringside doctor's on hand if needed.
And that DDT was well delivered. Grabs a hold of HBK. That'll hurt. DDT. And now thrown back into the ring. Oh, here it comes. Sit out, pile driver.
The challenger is not holding back.
Cover. He breaks the pin before a 1 count.
How on earth could he not keep him down for even one at this point?
Ooh. Caught that and reversed it.
What a crossbody.
Bret lining him up from the top turnbuckle. And Bret off the top rope with the referee knocked down, guys.
While
with an uppercut.
What's he have here?
Spiked.
Oof! Pounding the breadbasket. Oh, a knee.
Lights out.
the Hitman now, he's got all the time in the world to lock it in. There it is, sharpshooter.
And look at how tight a grip this hold. Bret retains the title.
Here is your